What's up, everybody? Welcome to KMS Reloaded, episode 13. I am at the dam spot from 2 days ago. As you can see, we got a shit ton of rain. It looks like they opened up the dam. That's usually where I film, right down there. It's underwater, about 6 feet out. That's where I filmed a video from the other day on Twitter, and now it's completely underwater. All right, let's get this fucking episode done for the 4th time. So real quick, I'll touch on my muted appearance on KMS. I kind of really blew it again on Tuesday. The guy, Kirk, gave me another shot, and I really tried not to interrupt the guys. I really tried not to talk over anybody, and instead what happened was I was a silent, muted bitch the whole time. And you could even see, like, when we were talking about certain things, you can see on the video, because I've watched it just about 1,000,000 times, and you could see me trying to, like, interrupt the guys, and I kind of held back too much. My agent, Mr. Blind Mike, hopefully he schedules me another chance on the Kirk Minahan show. I'm really looking forward to that. So the show starts off, and Kirk is in a wild fucking mood. He is rearing and ready to go. He kind of reminds me at first, because they talk about John Sterling later on in the show. Before he started singing, he kind of had like a John Sterling vibe to him. And then he starts just rocking out a really badass song that I've never heard, by the way, so I'll have to check that out. I never give that guy any credit, but I didn't realize he had bangers like that. So of course, Kirk's having a good time, and I would never do anything like this, but Mike just steps on a bit, fucking ruins it. Kirk has to stop, throw it out. Just how dare you, Mike, ruin the greatness of Kirk Minahan. And this isn't just any Kirk Minahan I'm talking about, mind you. He's better than a player coach. This guy is a player GM. He is an agent of a growing stable of just top-tier internet personalities. This guy has solved a murder and gotten a serial killer off the streets almost single-handedly. Yeah, he had some producer drive him around and record shit. Yeah, the cops put the cuffs on the guy, big fucking deal. But this is a serial killer catcher, this Kirk Minahan fella that we got going here. I mean, live performer. Have you ever seen a live performer that can do it all like this guy? He's a journalist, and if he ever finishes that fucking book by this time, should be as thick as a Bible, he'll be an author. D+ Chris Clemmer just having an awful, awful night on the trivia show. He really was just trying so hard to get words in there. Like Mike said on the show, he tried to have a line and his fucking mic wasn't even on yet. And he looks rough. I mean, that guy looks like the night before they filmed that episode, like he went on a fucking bender. He went on the I have to look Kirk Minahan in the eye fucking bender. If he wasn't such a piece of shit, I'd actually feel bad for him, but fuck him. He's a two-faced fucking snake. And you know he's two-faced because, like Kirk said, he's refusing to go after Kirk, which Kirk's absolutely right. Hashtag Kirk was right. He knows he fucked up, and if he could have a time machine and take it all back, Chris Clemmer would go back in time, and he'd still be on the Kirk Minahan show. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching this already know Team Minahan, good team performance. Kirk didn't have his best game, and they still fucking crushed it. Castellani on the other team, he did a good job. He needs to dump those other two fucking bums. One thing I thought it was funny too, real quick about the trivia thing, last thing about Clemmer, is it was funny, like every answer that Castellani gave, right after he said who he thought it was, you'd hear Clemmer, oh yeah, I think it was him too, yeah. Guy didn't even get one fucking answer right. Absolutely pathetic. We can move on to the Dave Portnoy show. Contract negotiations were going okay, and then Portnoy mentioned something that Rico had warned him about not mentioning before over and over again. Sounds like he mentioned other people, and Rico Bosco fucking loses his shit. I was kind of like Brett Favre for Rico, kind of half limp and hanging off to the side. But now after Rico's performance on the Dave Portnoy show, I mean, I'm a full rider, I'm full staff. I got a tent in my pants anytime Rico's on the fucking Kirk Minahan show. He kind of, in my head, he kind of has moments where he's hit or miss, but in my heart, I'm a fucking rider. The way that Rico gets treated, the way that fucking Dave Portnoy talks to him, I don't blame the guy one bit. And honestly, Dave Portnoy's lucky he's got all his fucking front teeth in his mouth, because Rico Bosco, that loose cannon, fireball thrower, Rico Bosco, Dave Portnoy, you better watch out, man. And we all know that if he doesn't knock out your teeth with that can that he throws, he's gonna hit you in the nose, and we know how much you wanna keep that nose healthy. It's a good thing Rico's got a lot of self-control, because when Dave Portnoy gets in your face like that, I'm sure it was so hard for Rico not to break fucking Dave's fucking snow cone. I mean, I really think that took everything in Rico's fucking power when Dave Portnoy goes after him not to smash fucking Dave in the face, and I love Rico for that. Mike brings up Clemmer's blog that he wrote. Portnoy said it was great. Portnoy said it was a great blog. I don't even think Booger Sugar Portnoy read that article, because there's no way you could read that blog and say that that was a great blog. Another thing that's weird about hearing Dave talk about that blog is after the trivia, right? Clemmer's team did an awful job. Clemmer himself did an awful job. And then you have Viva La Barstool account tweeting out clips of Clemmer, and if you just watch those clips, you never saw the trivia thing, you would think that Clemmer was on that and he was roasting motherfuckers, and that he was like the star of that trivia show. It's just fucking weird who Barstool chooses to pump up and who they don't. I feel like Clemmer got more push in clips from his trivia performance than I feel like Rico Bosco got for his fucking flip out on the Dave Portnoy show the other day. It's weird that you would see someone like Gaz telling his crew to pump up someone like Clemmer, or maybe they're just doing it on their own because they hate Kirk and they hate Rico. I don't know, but some of the bump that Clemmer was getting was just fucking pathetic. And then Kirk brings up Big Cat, and I'm like a week late with this show, obviously, but I didn't get a chance to recap Big Cat on KMS when Kirk went to New York last week. Let's just change his name to Big Puss. I get that he tries to be friends with everyone, and that's what makes him such a large personality, is he's willing to do anything for anyone, anytime. But it is fucking weird to see Big Puss talk to Kirk. Oh yeah, I'll come on your show when you come to New York, we'll do a bunch of shit together. Every single time Big Cat's on Kirk's show, he gives him like 30 minutes fucking tops. And I know he's got a lot going on. He says he watches the show, and he kind of clearly doesn't, or at least he doesn't watch enough to really know what's going on in the Kirk Minahan world outside of what Kirk posts on Twitter. He kind of comes across like a snake, Big Cat. He kind of comes across like Two-Face, and I know he's not. I know he's just trying to help everyone and just be on everyone's good side. But I feel like Big Cat's run into the situation now where he's trying to please everyone and he's pleasing nobody. You know, having him show up for less than 30 minutes when Kirk, outside of Rico, didn't really have anybody. And it's not that Kirk needs anybody, but it's a good thing Rico was on, because, I mean, let's face it, Jeff D-Lo wasn't on when he was on KMS the other day. You almost wonder, is he really only Kirk's boy because he wants to avoid getting the fucking wrath of Kirk because he knows that Kirk would fucking break him? I don't know. Who knows? I'm probably just talking out my ass like always. Big Cat, he continuously plays the fence in almost every situation. You know, he bitches about Rico whining and then goes out of his way and every opportunity to turn Rico into a fucking whiny little twit. And I get why he's doing it. I get he's doing a bit, and I get he's kind of amping it up so that Rico can get some pull off the internet. I'm a little leery about Mr. Big Puss, so I'll have to keep an eye on that little fatty. So then the power rankings come out, the unofficial power rankings. I mean, let's face it, the only person I give a shit is myself, of course. I'm a selfish piece of garbage. So I'm 5th on the unofficial. I mean, not that it matters. And fucking coming in hot at number 6, KMS Reloaded on the official Kirkman power rankings. What can I say, you know? The best of the bums, apparently. So then Kirk brings up someone that I totally forgot existed, fucking Planet Mikey Adams. I'm sure anyone watching this silly show will know who Mikey Adams is, but just in case you don't, Mikey Adams was a guy who did night radio at WEEI. Awful show. The worst instincts, too. I remember he used to do this bit. A guy will talk for, I don't know, 7 minutes, 12 minutes, in between commercials, whatever, 15 minutes. Mikey would do a news bit. And he would have like a newsroom background sound. Like you know, guys in the newsroom typing away on the typewriter or whatever. And then, okay, whatever, you play that for 20 seconds and then turn it off, right, so he could read the news. This fucking crazy son of a bitch would play that for 15 fucking minutes as he was trying to tell you what was going on in the world. And like Kirk said, you could clearly tell this guy was fucked up. I mean, I don't really care if a guy goes out and smokes weed and wants to do a podcast or whatever. Like Joe Rogan smoking weed on a podcast, I don't really give a shit. But something like that on the radio, Kirk's absolutely right. It shows such a lack of respect for just your coworkers that, you know, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna go for a cigarette break and I'm gonna smoke a joint and be 10 minutes late back to the air. No surprise that Mikey Adams is doing a fucking podcast with Dino, for Christ's sakes. Probably gets less views than this fucking video. I mean, is it any more perfect to hear Dino and Planet Mikey rehearsing a fucking racist Asian Chinese food restaurant bit from, like, you know, 1997. I mean, that's just so perfect. You don't even have to say anything. That's just enough said right there. And again, I don't want to repeat myself, but every time I hear this, I think I lose, like, I don't know, about 7 minutes off my life. My heart just fucking skips a beat. Anytime I hear Dave Cullinane bitch about someone not returning text to him, I die a little bit inside. So just want to get that off my chest real quick. Jeff D-Lo calls the show, hires Kirk as his agent. He does say that Kelly Keegs is going to be in Boston, which is going to be fucking wild. I can't wait for that. And then fucking Jeff D-Lo, this drip Jeff D-Lo, the balls on this guy. Kirk doesn't have his best game, but he's still got a few points. And the balls on Jeff D-Lo to ask Kirk if he's even trying to go for the MVP. How dare you, Jeff D-Lo? I mean, have you ever listened to yourself speak? Here, listen to Jeff D-Lo. Listen to electric Jeff D-Lo. And he has the balls to criticize Kirk Minahan. Check this out.
Hold on. So, I mean, you have to do, you're off to, I mean, see, where do I have you? I might have you against, might be Chicklets.
That's the guy that's going to criticize Kirk Minahan's performance on trivia. Ask him if he's even going for the MVP. That fucking drip, Jeff D-Lo. So then we find out that the Barstool HR guy, the guy that was making a list of fucking employees, was a creep. Who knew? Who saw that one coming? Hashtag Kirk was wrong about that guy. And then we learned that the two-time ticket taker of the year Red Sox employee was, of course, a child molester. They hire murderers and they hire child molesters. Does the Red Sox organization even fucking do background checks anymore? Who the hell knows? But again, another pedophile thought he was meeting a child and instead he was getting caught by some Chris Hansen wannabe motherfucker. But don't worry, he was only there to stop this girl from meeting creeps like him. He wasn't actually going there to have sex. Sure. If I'm gonna put clips in the show, I have to put these clips in the show, because these are some of my favorite clips of KMS, period.
Mike the Minimum fans might not be up till tomorrow night.
It's just sad. Don't do it. Warning people.
And you know, it's been a great year on the Kirk Minahan show.
Thank you.
It was, Mike. You're right.
I like the idea that I'm like, guys, you're going to have to calm down and wait a few days.
I mean, there's nothing better than fucking drunk blind Mike. So then Kirk starts talking about mental health, and of course Dave, who has no respect for anybody at all, starts shitting on me and Kirk's problems. You know, the brotherhood, the bond that me and Kirk share of our mental health issues, and he just tries to split us apart on that. Just tries to shit on us, and you're not gonna be able to tear us down, Dave. You're not a big enough man to tear us down. And I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that how it came out, Dave, but I mean, if the shoe fits, wear it.
It is not a micro penis.
The guys bring up Jeff Passan real quick. For a split second, I was like, oh, this Jeff Passan guy ain't so freaking bad. He's actually got a sense of humor on him. And then, of course, spoke too soon. He deletes the blowjob tweet. God forbid, on a fucking platform that has pornography on it, that you make a joke about some guy, one of your friends who you joke around with, giving a blowjob to Shohan Yutani? That guy. Shohan Yutani? I don't even know how the fuck to say it. The Yutani cat. He gives an apology for all the people that he hurt with his vicious words. I mean, he physically hurt Kirk Minahan. You saw it the other day on the live stream. Kirk Minahan was physically hurt by that blowjob comment. You know the sad part is about this? After he deleted that tweet and sent out an apology, he probably called up a buddy of his on the phone was like, ah, yeah, you do like sucking his dick, aha. You know, they probably did say something like that, so fuck Jeff Passan. These guys are so fucking full of shit. Murdy She Wrote chick, she died. Damn, man, all these oldies are dropping left and right. But R.I.P. Murder She Wrote broad. The treacherous stairs come up, and the only thing I'll say about the stairs is check out this picture, and you tell me if it's possible to slide in between those stairs. Fucking Cullinane is a moron. Guys, touch on real quick, Dave Cullinane talks about his experience with a dog in Dunkin' Donuts. Anyone who brings their dog anywhere, service animal or not, they should all be euthanized. Every single one of them. Any person who brings a service dog onto a plane, open up the fucking door and eject them both. If you're in a coffee shop and you have your fucking giant Labrador and he's barking up a storm, someone should take hot water and just fucking drown your dog in it. When in our society was it okay to fucking put dogs everywhere? Where you're making my fucking food. Fucking people in these fucking dogs. And I love dogs. I got 2 dogs. I got a nice little stupid little tiny dog that I love. He's so cute. But I don't bring him in fucking restaurants. Fucking Kirk, just tragedy after tragedy after tragedy in his life. Kirk loses his favorite bartender. Got fucking deported. All these righties like Robinson, Turtle Boy, did they sack fucking Guadalupe or whatever the hell his name was, Kirk's bartender? Did they get him evicted just to stick it up Kirk's ass? Maybe. But all I gotta say is fucking Jesus, good luck with your family. Enjoy, have a couple cervezas on me, I say. So before we close up this show, the guys just bring up a little bit what they got going on. They had a trip to Milton's after the show. So hopefully that went well. I'm sure Mike just fucking blabbered up a storm. Next week we're gonna have Montante on Tuesday, Blind Mike on Thursday and Friday, but also on Friday, the man, the myth, the legend, the ghostwriter and editor-in-chief of the Main Wire as a guest, not as a producer. Steve Robinson comes in next Friday with Blind Mike and Dave Cullinane. So that should be a really interesting show. I can't wait to hear about all the mutilated genitals and all the immigrants that they got deported. Poor fucking Guadalupe. All right, I'm gonna go send some money to him. See ya.
No big deal. No hard feelings. Good luck. Fuck you!